Hello, everybody. It's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and we are officially at Rogues Gallery episode number 5. We're coasting right along today, and we have an amazing panel tonight. Let's do some introductions first. As always, we have the amazing Jeff Morris is here with us tonight.
Hi, guys.
And, of course, we have Lawrence Uhl.
Hey, everyone.
Joining us tonight for the very first time, we have Mac Main himself from Mac Collections. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me. What's going on, everybody?
Hello. We, of course, we had him on the last show as well. I'm really glad he's back. We have Rodney Punisher Jones.
Hey, what's up, folks? Good to be here.
And then last but not least, again, joining us for the very first time tonight from Sinister Collectors, we have Ryan Penny. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How are you guys all doing tonight?
Good. Just surviving the week.
That's right.
Sleep. Everything's better.
Yes.
That's exactly right. Yeah, same here. Absolutely. Well, it's been a crazy week, and we're getting closer to the holidays, so things are really starting to pick up. And so what I wanted to do for the show tonight is in our Facebook group, Brotherhood of the Bat, we did ask some questions this week. We said, hey, what do you guys want the panel to talk about? And we had a whole bunch of responses. And so I thought I would give the collectors out there a shout out, and we'll talk about your questions. And then as the show goes on, we might get into some discussion about pre-orders as well. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Think that'll work, guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question that I thought was interesting, this is from Paul Lamas, and Paul says, hard issues like budgeting and balancing responsibilities with collecting, how to prevent overspending and signs when you're going overboard. Thought this was a good topic about how do you guys budget, how do you guys plan? Ryan, I know you have a special little thing that you do, and I do it too. I know we get a little flack for our spreadsheets, but I thought that would be an interesting topic. Does anybody want to take this one to start?
I know for me, I do payment plans. I love payment plans. I try to make sure that no matter how many I have, I'm not putting out more than like $400 a month. That's kind of my budget. If I have a bunch of them together that I'm paying off, and I usually set my payments on the same day, but I like to have it under $400 a month, and that just works for me as a budget. And that's how I do it.
How many of you guys have used payment plans before?
Yeah, I've done it
Oh,
before.
I have.
Yeah.
I did a lot until I realized like my payment plans were so high that it was like pretty much might have just paid full price every year.
That's too funny. Well, I've never used the payment plan. I've always so what I did is the reason why I don't is I had a big collection of other pieces, and I sold them all, and so I had kind of this big pot of cash that I just kind of had set aside, and so everything extra that I make, gift cards or whatever, I just basically put it there, and so whatever I had in that pot I used to pay for pre-orders. So I've never used the payment plan. So what do you guys like about it? What's if somebody's new to collecting, what makes it a better option than maybe the other way?
I know for me, I don't think I would have gotten into this hobby without payment plans, because I would have felt guilty paying $500 and $600 or more dollars all at once for a statue. That was the biggest hindrance for me getting in. I just didn't feel right paying that much for a statue. So when I can do a payment plan and break it down to $50 to $70 a month, it doesn't feel so bad. So that's my biggest reason. But then, yeah, also for the budget thing, it just makes it easier for me to do it that way.
So I started off with payment plans, and then like I kind of got used to that monthly rate, and then I kind of just started buying them outright, which I don't know if it's a good move or a bad move. So yeah, and then I had to resort to the spreadsheets because I was kind of losing track of.
That waiting line. You don't like pre-order right away, then you wait for them.
It depends. Like if it's in the beginning of the year, I'll pre-order them and I'll do the payment. But when it gets to like mid-year, I'm like, I'm adding stuff up. I'm like, oh, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to put that on. Like maybe I'll get it. The full payment when it comes in.
Okay.
So somebody in the group also said something about how they use their points for their credit cards. They use their points there, and then they also use the Sideshow points. Do you guys do something similar where your cards earn points back basically toward your statue purchase?
Yeah, definitely. So I have a lot of points on Sideshow that I haven't used yet, but I'm waiting for something nice to come along so I can use those. But over here it's all and utter chaos as far as statues and how they come in. There's no spreadsheets. They just kind of I get hit with this item's getting ready to ship, and I just go, oh, okay. That's just how it is. So, but yeah, I used to do.
It's like, honey, we're having ramen for dinner.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Drive through tonight, baby.
That's what happens. So yeah, no, but I used to do like Rodney said, used to feel guilty when I first got into it. Paying like $500-$600 for a piece was crazy for me at that time. So, but it's not that way anymore.
Yeah, it's amazing how quick that changes. It really does.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
It's kind of scary too.
It is very scary. I want to take a minute. We are now joined by the amazing Centauri Stir Fry. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's going on, Sir Ty?
Hey, we're just talking about kind of how people plan, how people budget for this crazy hobby. What about you? Do you use payment plans? You pay outright? What's your deal?
For Sideshow, I always do payment plans, always, and that's the same thing that the guy was saying before. I wouldn't have got into it, I don't think, if it wasn't for that. So it made it a lot easier for me. When I first saw those prices, I laughed at it, made fun of it, and I think it was the Hellboy, the Magnolia Hellboy is probably like the first one that I pre-ordered, and I figured it out just by accident, just by going to that website, and I was just, all right, $50, yeah, I can do that, make that happen. But then later on, when you start buying things second on the eBay or whatever, secondhand, or even through Facebook, I was just buying them outright and just grew from there. So, like Mac was saying, it's not that big of a deal anymore. It's space is the bigger deal, not really the money. Kind of accepted it.
So that brings up an interesting question. Like, I know some people on the panel, we're married and we have kids. When you first started, a lot of you mentioned, it was only like, $300 or $400, but now we just keep buying anyway. So how does that go over with your family? Do you have to justify that change in the amount that you're spending?
No, I mean, not for me. I mean, my wife is really supportive. My kids are younger. They love it. They've sort of learned from an early age not to touch. I think, I've gotten really lucky in that regard. I mean, it sort of introduced them to my collection, which wasn't near as large as it is now when they were little toddlers, like 10 months old, and taught them from a very early on stage not to touch. And they've always, followed those rules. They'll come into my room and they'll look at things, but they won't touch. And that's pretty impressive for a 6 and a 4-year-old. But my wife, she doesn't care. I mean, she just, at the end of it, she's like, you only have so much room though. Her only thing is you got to stick to this room, and that's what you got. That's your space. Do what you want to do with it within that space, but it's not coming outside of that room. The rest of the house
is my wife said the same thing. She's like, this is your area. And
I actually have a few outside the room. I actually do. I have that darkness, that Sideshow, the darkness from Legend. That's in the bedroom. She's fine.
Wow.
So
wow.
Go figure. Don't know why. I guess she's weird. She loves that piece.
Weird would be the word I'd use. Sounds awesome.
But everybody does have their space. I mean, that's why I'm up in the attic, for Pete's sakes. But what about you, Jeff? Do you have any issues with budgeting, and how do you go about doing all this?
Well, I typically try to decide what I want close to when it comes out or when they put it up for pre-order, and then go ahead and pre-order it and do a payment plan. But I do a lot of Hot Toys rather than statues. So that's just a little bit. That's not like the huge $1,000 statues a piece. So that's a little bit more manageable.
I've noticed a
Payment
lot.
plans, I think, make a lot of people. It's accessible for a lot of people to do that. I think it makes it available to a lot of people that probably wouldn't have gotten into it if they couldn't do the payment plans.
Yeah, I would agree with that. A lot of chatter that I've heard lately, it seems like people are maybe pre-ordering less. They're waiting more till things are coming out. Do you guys still feel like you pre-order as much as you did before, or do you feel like you're more likely to wait until something's closer to coming out?
I'm not good at waiting. My trigger finger is strong.
I think it depends on the piece. I mean, there are so many pieces available now just by way of multiple manufacturers with, Sideshow, Iron Studios, XM, Tweeterhead, et cetera, Kodo. I mean, you could get some of those DC collectibles. The Sideshow seems to be distributing the majority of those nowadays, except for XM. You can get a lot of XM pieces at Big Bad Toy Store, though, if you want. And then you still have Pop Culture Shock. So there's just so much out there that, and so many characters are like Batman, for example, Prime One, et cetera. Everybody's got a Batman out there. So with that type of saturation, I don't know that it always makes sense to push pre-order as quickly. I think it depends on the reaction that you see a lot. For example, I think that the Dark Knight Returns, the Dark Knight 3 Returns that Prime 1 is doing, there was a lot of emphasis around that. People really like that piece, but it also has an extremely high price point. If you want to get the deluxe version, I think it's like $1,200 or whatever. And even though people love Batman, for some people, they're just not going to pay that. It's a really high-end premium collectible. And so I don't know that it makes sense to just push the pre-order button on some of those things that are, if they've got a higher price, if there's a lot of that character out there that you can get in another version. So I don't pre-order as much as what I was. I did the Iron Studios Batman, and I got lucky with that because then they knocked down what it was initially going to be. I think they made like 450 of them. So, and it, I think it's waitlisted or maybe even sold out at this point.
Yeah.
So this is my first year of collecting 1/4 scale. So that explains kind of my trigger finger issue.
Yeah, we'll have to check back with you in a couple years and see if you're still.
I'm like single.
Sideshow boxes.
That's right. To knock out another wing to your house.
The freaking house. Yeah.
Like I'm one of those day one guys. So if I see it and I know I like it at the beginning, I don't have a problem ordering it early, because the way I look at it is the earlier I order it, the longer I have those payment plans. So I can do the whole eight payments instead of, if I wait until it's only 4. Yeah. So and usually, like, if I see something, I know pretty quick if I like it or not. And then, I just order it right away, because I really don't want to wait and then have to be forced to pay it in 2 chunks or, whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind spreading it out either. That's good. That's how I look at it as well. It's good. Buy it now and spread those payments out, and it's like you don't even feel it as much.
Yeah, exactly.
The people that do buy day one in the group, do you guys fear it's selling out?
Yes, a lot of time I do.
I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Sure.
Like that Iron Studios Batman, that went, that sold out, has been on wait list for quite a while.
Yeah, I think it depends on what it is too. I mean, and I think it depends on, I think some people are waiting for ES now. And I think that a lot of times what we're seeing is ES is being decided after an initial phase of ordering, whether that's a month or 6 weeks or whatever that looks like. So I don't think that they've set an ES on any piece until they say, okay, well, we got 700 orders for this piece in the first 6 weeks, so we're going to make 1,200 of them. And then they'll trickle out the remaining 500 over however long it takes them to do that. They've probably set an established amount that says we'll make money if we hit this amount anyway. So anything else on top of that is just additional, would be my guess on how they're doing a lot of it now. Like if you look at the Batman versus Superman diorama from Sideshow, I'm not even sure they've still announced an edition size for that one.
Now, I would say just about everybody in this panel, I have heard at least once say that you buy to keep. So does ES matter to you guys at all?
No.
Not to me at all.
No.
It mattered once to me. I rushed the 52 Batman that Prime One's doing, the 1/4 scale where he's throwing out the grappling hook. I love it. It's my favorite 1/4 Batman. And I was going to wait until this coming summer to order it. But then when I saw it was 600 ES, I did get scared it was going to sell out. And I was like, it's not going to be around then. So I pre-ordered it right away. So that's the only time ES, affects me. Because normally, I really don't care what the ES number is.
Well, darn it, I am waiting, and now I'm going to have to pre-order it. Darn it. I love that piece, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. I just don't have any idea where I would fit it in.
Uh-oh.
Ugh, collector problems, right?
Yeah.
Gee, Christmas. But I don't know.
Couldn't you put it on top of that the display case right behind you?
Yeah.
In the center?
I've put some stuff on top before, and I just feel like it looks awkward. But I definitely could.
It's dynamic.
Yeah, it is, and it needs to be up high. I feel like it does.
Yeah.
I do have my Detolf that's on the other side of the room that I could put it up on top of that, I think. But I don't know. Just such an epic piece. I think they did such a great job with it.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a neat piece. Well, let's move on to a different topic. This was from B. Alex Thompson, and I know he is in the chat. I just saw him a little bit ago say that he's never done a pre-order. So God bless you, because as soon as you do, it's just over. You're going to be
My next question is, how much stuff has he missed out on, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been some pieces. Well, anyway, he asked this question in the group this week as well. He said, something I've asked in other groups, what are some of the pieces you love seeing in other people's collections but would probably never, ever get yourself due to either price, dimensions, or it's just not fitting your collection theme? So what pieces are out there that you would love to have but you would never probably buy?
I'd say any of the Throne pieces, like Thanos on Throne. I'm not a big Thanos guy, but I think it looks awesome.
I would say Magneto on Throne, because there's no way in hell I'll pay for that. But I really want it, and I get jealous and maybe tear up a little bit every time someone shows it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a really good one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's an awesome statue.
Yeah,
really cool. How about you, Jeff? Or Jeff or Lawrence? What?
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was trying to think of something. I love all the 1/3 pieces from Prime One, but I mean that's like a budget and space killer. It wouldn't take long to fill up the space I've got.
Yeah, I was really going to say the same thing. I like a lot of those Arkham pieces that I see. I've got the Noel piece, and then once I saw that, it's Lee Bermejo is one of my favorite artists anyway. So I was like, well, that just sort of does that, and that's the amount of space that I can allot to that line, and that's sort of where I went. Otherwise, I mean, I do love those Prime One Batman pieces. That whole line, it looks really good. And then any Marvel piece, just because I don't have any Marvel at all. So I think they look great. I think those characters are cool. I just don't collect Marvel the way I do DC. So.
How about you, Mac?
I like some of the half scale pieces, but I'm just not going to go down that line of trying to collect those, humongous statues. So those half scales are what I've liked. Like that armored Batman was one that I wanted for a while.
It's a cool piece.
Yeah, I can't jump down that line.
I know I wanted the regular Batman in half scale, but I kept measuring it and trying to think, where am I going to put it? But thought,
Right.
You know what's
That's
another one? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know what's another one? That new Prime 1 Deathstroke. I think that thing looks amazing. The comic version with that Grim Reaper statue.
Yeah.
But every
Yeah.
time I look at the depth of that thing, I'm like, where in the frack am I gonna put that thing?
Yeah, it's crazy big. That just the way it
Wide,
extends
too.
back. Yeah, it's wide, but it extends back with that. And I don't know if you could take the sickle part off in the back. I don't know.
Yeah, some people
But-
say yes, some people say no. I'm not sure either.
They really need to let you be able to.
Yeah, I think that would be real popular if people could do that
They need
because
to get less crazy with some of the 1/3s, I think, too.
yeah, and I think they're learning their lesson a little bit. They want to be creative. They want to make a dynamic base, but what was it they just showed? Oh, it was the Lee Bermejo Joker this last week, which is an absolute dream piece for me. Sorry, I'm kind of getting off topic here, but if you notice on that base, it's more like the Arkham bases, a lot smaller footprint, and I think collectors will really appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's a good
love
looking
that one.
It is
I
just
love that one.
amazing piece. It's beautiful. It's probably going to be maybe one of my favorites in my collection. I love it. So
I
good.
think they made that base so similar so the people that have Noel will get that Joker too. So they'll
Yeah.
work so well together.
Yeah, I've
I-
thought about it. Yeah,
I agree.
that's a good point.
I think I mentioned it in my hits and misses video that I did. That I love that Prime One, like they're like Noel, he's kind of stepping up onto the base, and the Lee Bermejo Joker is also stepping on the base, and even the Batman Damned one, he's stepping up. So they were very smart with
Mhm.
keeping that similar theme no matter which Batman you have. I thought that was really impressive because they'll look great together. At least I hope.
Yeah, I think that was intentional. It had to be. I mean, it looks really good together. I agree. I think that Joker statue would look good with either one of them.
I just hope the size matches up. Having not seen it next to Noel, sometimes, like you mentioned that Magneto, I feel like sometimes it's a little undersized compared to statues that are sitting right next to it. So I always worry about that, but I'm sure it'll be close. I hope.
You're talking about that Magneto on Throne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I feel like it's a little smaller.
No,
Yeah.
they had it at STGCC. Some of the footage that Rad Titan or Cisco did, Professor X is right next to Magneto on Throne. Sitting in his wheelchair and shit, and you can see that there's definitely some kind of difference.
Yeah, just a little size difference. Let's see. Do we skip anybody for the about which pieces you would buy?
Yeah, for me, XM Magneto is definitely one because of the price. The other one is probably the Siren from Court of the Dead, just because of how fragile it is, and I know I would have to get it on second market, and I'd be too scared to get it broke from somebody. So unless I could find it local, that's probably one I'll just pass on. But I love seeing it.
Good piece. I actually had that on pre-order, and I was like, no, I can't get on this road. So I stopped, canceled it. But it looked great.
I got in the hobby 5 months too late to get that piece.
It's a good piece. Beautiful. I think for me, kind of like I think Lawrence said about Marvel pieces. I don't have any Marvel pieces, so I'm really drawn to that. I know, Jeff, you have the Iron Studios Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Civil War.
Yeah, I really like that statue. I think that's a really cool one. I'm also really drawn to a lot of the Spider-Man statues. I really like Spider-Man and his villains. I'm really drawn to like Green Goblin, and there's that life-size Green Goblin bust that Sideshow did. Things like that. They're just such epic pieces, and there's a lot of color and detail in them, kind of like this Joker here. That would be something that I'd be definitely be interested in, but again, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. No, sorry. I thought you were going to say something there, Ryan. So let's get a shout out real quick of who is in the chat. Want to say hello to Red Hood. We got Folks the Master Barbers in the house.
Oh, folks.
X-Men exclusives. We've got Gabriel Ross and Red Hood. Got Master Pizza.
Master Pizza.
Marcos S. Edwin Diaz. Hello.
Hey, Edwin.
Archangel.
Mr. Caps Lock is Edwin Diaz.
He's always yelling.
I asked him if he needed a new keyboard.
Maybe just the buttons are stuck down or something. Gabriel Ross is here. Let's see, who else am I missing here? Jeremy Alejandro. We've got Jesse Hernandez. Crazy Mac Collections is here. Junior Statue Collector. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being in the chat. I really appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right, let me get back to this here. All right, so the next question is, this is from a Christopher Muzzy, and he wants to talk about display options. Do you guys feel like displays should be open or closed behind glass? And if they're open, what are some dusting strategies that you guys use, or custom lighting or custom shelving? What do you guys think about open or closed displays?
I prefer glass, having it closed, So eventually, once I do my relocate, I'm going to be working on that. I have an idea of doing something like what you do, Chris, where you frame out your monster racks, and but then maybe trying to put them behind acrylic or something. Because I don't want to have to dust them all the time. So,
can I give you a helpful hint on that? Somebody asked me about this week. I get a lot of questions, private message to me about these cabinets. And what I did is, you can cut plexiglass to the side, like this cabinet here. When it was down in my basement, I had all four sides, or all three sides, plexied. And the great thing is, you can see these magnets right here. These magnets, magnets are great because they not only they're holding up the background because the framing's metal, but it also could hold up the plexi that way. So it's not perfect. Dust will still probably get in there, but if you do something like this, Rodney, just use magnets. Like you can get them at like Lowe's or Home Depot. They're these, and they're really, really strong, and they just adhere to that metal framing behind the wood and holds the plexi really well. So
cool.
Do you have plexi in all four right now?
No, I don't have any plexi up here right now, but I did when it was in the basement. Yeah, I know. But it looked clear before when I had it downstairs. It wasn't an issue at all, but I just didn't ever put it up here because everything's just open up here, and it surprisingly doesn't get all that dusty up here either. So I don't have any problems. But what else do you guys think about open or closed?
Yeah, I mean, mine are in cabinets and closed just because of the kids. I think that when my kids are older, I may look at different display options that are open. I've never really had an open display, but I may do that. So behind me, just a best of cabinets, and then I've got another PAX cabinet, and then I've got a custom that Noel fits in. The custom, it's glass, but it's sort of like the top of it came that way. And then the Besta, I actually have plexi door that I built over it, and I need to do that for my other one. I just haven't done it yet, but I plan to do that. And there's a nice little trick for doing that. So I've done two ways. I've done where you do like a hinge that is just a non-boring hinge, so that it's held on by pressure. But then I've also done it where you just put Velcro on the double-sided Velcro on just the frame of the Besta, and then around the edge of the plexi, and it just holds it up really nice. And then there's no, you don't have to, it just pulls on and pulls off, and it's super easy that way. So that's how I've done it. And then I've got commercial display case for my He-Man stuff. It was actually an old Oakley sunglasses case. My dad works retail, and I was able to get that case that they were decommissioning, that they no longer wanted. So it's just a nice big case, and then I just modified it to get rid of the Oakley stuff.
That's cool. it's amazing how clever collectors are, because there are not a ton of display options and how creative they get. Or like me using garage shelving, or what you just described. Like, it's amazing, out of necessity, because there just isn't a lot out there.
Yeah.
So I used to have mine closed. I used to have one of my like 2-unit Bestos, not these, but I have more stuff over here. And I didn't like the way the cabinets, like, they weren't flush. They always like were crooked. And that was kind of an issue with me, because the more I looked at it, the more it bothered me. So I took them off, and of course they were a bigger pain in the ass to get off than they were to put on. Like, putting them on was easy, but getting them off was a giant pain in the ass. So I just do. My kids know not to go in here, because if they break any of my statues, I break their toys. That was kind of the thing I get with them.
I'm gonna break your toys.
Yeah, I was like, don't break daddy's shit, and I'm gonna break your shit. And I have like one of those those like plastic like bar locks, because I have 2 French doors, so the doorknobs kind of close into each other via like one of those like ball bearing things at the top.
Yeah, I have one of those in my house.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's only gonna last so long until they can go in here. My daughter's pretty good about it. My son's the one who's like, you tell him not to press the red button. He's already pressed it like 6 times. Telling him not to do it is probably gonna be an issue later on. But for now, I'm doing open, and I've got like one of those like $50 like Holmes air purifiers that I use. And then I got like this air blower that I bought off Amazon, which is much more powerful than I thought it'd be. I thought I was like, oh, I'll just hold it, instead of using the CO2 cans. And it shoots air out a lot stronger. And I'm like, oh shit. This may like, destroy the statue.
Just blows the dust right off of them.
It plugs in
Like a leaf blower.
That's like an air mattress thing, ain't it?
Actually, yeah, it's got a connector for that. And I figured, I'll just like sit in the middle of the room and I'll just do a 360.
Right, just blowing leaves in there, blowing leaves.
Yeah, I'll just spin in a circle and all the statues are in. It's good to go.
All the
But the
paint.
air purifier makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
It was like
absolutely.
$15.
Edwin Diaz in the chat says, I have seen statue collections inside of fish tanks. I'm amazed by how many people ask me if this is a fish tank.
I thought it was at first until I saw your video where you said you like.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's kind of, basically what it is. Basically, but it's just, I needed something big enough to display, so many statues. And I wasn't finding anything that I needed. So I just created my own fish tank, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely in to the closed off glass cases, but for the time being, I'm stuck with Bestas and different display options. And then I use an air purifier. It cuts down on a lot. I don't have to dust very often, maybe like once a month or so.
It's a great idea. I've never even thought of that or heard anybody else talk about it before. So that's a great tip for, I think, a lot of collectors to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
It feels like there's less and less people that use the IKEA doors, or the little, what are those called? The
Detail.
They have
Yeah.
2 different versions, right? The best ones.
yeah, the best doors. I know. They did quit making them for a while. Are they still not making them?
So
They don't make they don't make the ones anymore that are just sort of like that fit like perfectly. They make the ones that have like a 2-inch wooden frame all the way
Like
around.
these.
Yeah, and they have
That's
2
what
versions.
these are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
These have the wide frame on them.
and then they have the other one that's more expensive. That's like the Christoph or something, but it's spelled in
Yeah, I think those old ones were called Glass Fix or something.
yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
I wish they made those.
yeah.
Yeah, you would think that they would be real popular because so many collectors bought them just for statues. So I'm really surprised that. I guess maybe not enough was, but it's interesting because those were really cool.
Yeah. They got discontinued back when I got like into this about 2 years ago, or it seemed to be. That's when they stopped.
They weren't cost effective and they had a lot of breakages or something.
Yeah, I wonder.
Maybe so. I'm not sure.
Well, they make a similar door for these bookcases like that is just a tiny metal frame. So they'll have like 2 doors per unit. And I had ordered 6 and got to pick them up, and they only had 3. So I'm going to get the other 3 and then put them on to close these figures in. but they're really nice doors because there's very little frame to it.
And that's for PAX units or for Bestas or Stuvas?
For the Billy bookcases.
Oh
What
yeah,
I've
you're
got
talking
the hot
about
toys.
the cabinet. Yeah, because the Billy unit can be a cabinet too. Right.
Yeah.
The Billies are quite a bit wider, aren't they?
I think it's
And I think
Yeah,
it's the
they are.
Regisser or Regressor. That one's super wide. It's like 48 inches wide. And I think that's the widest PAX is 39.
yeah.
So I think the Billy. I don't know if the Billy's just as wide, but it's pretty. I think it's pretty similar.
Yeah, it's just not as deep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the-
wider.
No, they're not very deep at all, but they're good for these figures. They're not for statues, not at all.
So do you guys have IKEAs close to you guys?
Yeah, I've got one about 20 minutes away from me. So
I got
yeah,
one, but I got to drive to Maryland for it.
That one in Virginia.
I'm
Yeah,
2
very
hours from one.
It's about 20 minutes away.
yeah,
It's
Rodney,
3 hours for me.
yeah. That's
Great
great.
College Park.
That's the one I go to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What do you guys think about those Maju case cases?
I feel like they haven't hit the right size yet. Like they're getting close. You know.
Yeah.
So are they? I've seen a lot of advertisements for them, and I've seen now some collectors actually have them in place and seem to really like them. Do you guys know, are they adjustable or how does that work?
They're adjustable, right?
I thought they were set size. They only have
Yeah.
set sizes. I thought that was.
Oh,
the-
I thought they were adjustable.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
that
thought.
was the big deal.
They're set sizes. They kind of have a really large one, and then they have ones that you can kind
Yeah,
of
they
combine.
just have they're like I said, they're getting closer to like the perfect size. I think for 1/4 statue.
Oh, so hold on. Once you get them, you can't adjust them. They're
No,
stuck with
dude.
it.
You just point the little LED lights on them.
Yeah,
I thought that was the big deal. I thought they were adjustable.
No, they're just modular. Like you can
Oh,
put on
that's-
the other ones and
so
stack
you-
them.
Yeah. They're
Hmm.
pricey too, though.
So Johnny Waddell is telling me there's an IKEA in Woodbridge, but it sucks. So,
It's not great to Virginia.
no, it's like
Virginia
right
one's no
there,
good.
the amount of traffic that goes in there.
Oh, just, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, just come on down to Maryland.
yeah.
That's right.
Over to Maryland.
And Stir Fry, what's your closest one? Is it down in Texas?
Yeah, it's Texas. We've taken like little weekend vacations just so I can stop by there and pick up shelves. And my wife comes along so she can pick up measuring cups. So we just make a weekend of it, and that's what we do. So
That's cool.
we've
That's
done
awesome.
that twice. I've actually went to one up in Kansas as well. So I think.
Yeah, the Kansas City.
Yeah. So that's what I did. I started with DTOFs and went to the Bestos, and there's a Billy over there for books, and yeah. So and last doors for me are better for me just because I'm real touchy. I like to touch all my statues. And I think I've broken at least half of these small chips just by petting.
While we're talking to you, if you guys have not seen Stir Fry's latest review, please go to his channel. Please check it out. There is a segment with a steak knife that is one of the funniest things I've seen in a very long time. I was literally in tears. So do yourself a favor. Make sure you check out his channel, subscribe, and same with the rest of the guys in the group. Make sure you check out all of their channels. But man, that cracked me up this week. So thank you
Oh,
for
the
that.
last one I saw
Thank
from
you.
Stir Fry was the Batman Who Laughs, and it came with the collar broke.
Yeah.
Did you get
Yeah,
that
it was all
replaced?
busted up. Yeah. Actually, I did the whole
Yeah.
review without knowing that that one of his fingers came off. I thought it was just curling up his pinky like a fancy lad, but no. Someone mentioned in the chat or the comments that it's broken. I was like, what? So I had to look at it again. I was like, man, I'm a horrible reviewer because I did not notice all the problems with it. Just like I stink at this. So I'm not paying attention to the people.
Well, for the guys in the room that do reviews, it's interesting that you kind of do it all at once, and you don't really get a chance to necessarily really look at the statue until after the fact. So I can relate to that for sure.
My daughter did that a couple of times. I just gave her side eye, like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Hey, your daughter is the one that caught the QC issues.
yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of a
Kid Sinister.
That's awesome. So a lot of you guys do have it out in the open. What do you guys do for dusting other than the air purifier? Do you guys have brushes, or what do you guys use?
I use just a Swiffer cloth. and then I use like a makeup brush for like the tiny crevices that you can't get into with just using your hand with a Swiffer. I just take my hand and use the Swiffer cloth with it. I don't try to use the actual wand or anything. I'm too damn clumsy. I'd probably knock something over. So yeah, I just use my hand with a Swiffer cloth, a couple makeup brushes. I had a buddy though, and this was weird. I'd never seen anybody do this, and I swear to God, he pledged them.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
And so it was weird. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm having an aneurysm when he's doing this, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I'll be damned. It didn't take any paint off. It didn't hurt him one bit, and it gave him kind of a glossy look. And
a sheen to it, yeah.
Yeah, it gave him a little bit of sheen.
How long has he been doing that though? I would think
forever. These were all Bowens.
Really? I would think
Yeah, these were all Bowen pieces that he has, and he was doing it, and I just about lost my shit. And I'm like, I will never do that, and God bless you for being a brave or dumb son of a bitch. I'm not sure which, but it worked out fine for him. I don't recommend that, though.
No.
Yeah, that's scary.
They smelled good, though, didn't they?
I think it was nonsense.
Lemony fresh.
Yeah,
Lemony fresh.
that's
Dude,
crazy.
smell my Iron Man. Smell it.
Just like lemonade.
That stir fry, that's a whole new smelling section for you right there.
No.
Smell the inside of the box and then pledge it, I love it.
I'm not gonna
That's
pledge.
awesome.
No.
Well, that's what I use. I have some makeup brushes, those fine brushes, and then I have like it's like this little tube that you push out. It's to clean like camera lenses. I find that works really well. The bristles are a little thicker, so it really gets the dust out of like small areas. So, but just any fine brush like that works really well for me. What do you guys? What else do you guys use?
Yeah, mainly a brush, makeup brush. I do have a couple that I'm actually scared to dust, so I hate to see them. But yeah, I make a brush for most of them.
Are you just scared?
A cloth.
Are you scared that it's going to break, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, like Aspen and Heat Seeker, especially Heat Seeker. He's probably dusty because I'm just scared to move it and mess with it. So I'll probably
use the CO2 cans for that then.
See, I don't.
Yeah, just stay.
I don't know.
Just stay
Go
far away from it. Just don't get too close to it with those the CO2 cans. Yeah, because I use those too, but I just kind of stay far away as possible.
Yeah,
That's chemical, right?
The
canned air, isn't that kind of a chemical in there, or is it just a little?
CO2.
it's
But
just
it's like, you're
Just
providing with particles, right? So
Yeah, you'd be okay then.
yeah.
Archangel in the chat says, "I lick my statues clean like a cat."
Get a hairball.
Oh,
There you go.
that's awful. That's awful.
Yeah, I have cans. I haven't even used them, so maybe that's what I'll use them for the ones I'm scared to touch.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good to get the little styrofoam pieces out after you unbox one. Like those are that's really good for those. If you get those little styrofoam pieces that break off, or loose styrofoam pieces into a little crevice, just a little.
What do you mean? What do you mean if you get those?
Well, okay, fair.
They're everywhere. I'm amazed by how many reviews I do, and I got like little pieces stuck to me. I'm like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Stowaway styrofoam.
All right, so we'll move on, and I wanted to do a little bit of breaking news, and this is something that I am pretty bummed out about, but I thought I would share it with the group. I had a chance to talk to Mr. J today, who is the creative director of Prime One, and he was answering some Q&A questions, and one of the things I asked him about was what's the update on Michael Keaton Batman? Because some people, I think Thomas Nielsen was in the group, he asked, it's always been said that there was a license issue with the Keaton estate, and I think we talked about that on the last episode. But like Iron Studios, they released a Batman, Michael Keaton this week. It was previewed. Some people say, well, maybe it didn't look quite enough like him. So I wanted to go right to the horse's mouth and find out. And Prime One did, or Mr. J did tell me that they are not going to be pursuing that license any longer. So no 89 Batman, no Keaton or Nicholson or those statues. So I know a lot of collectors out there have been waiting, and I mean, there's probably not a week that goes by where somebody doesn't message me and ask about it. So there you have it. Kind of bummed me out, but there you go.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah, and that's why I sold my Sideshow. I had the Sideshow premium format, and I sold it because they had teased that they were doing 1/3. So
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, I regret selling that now, but I might end up having to get it back because I do want to keep it in my collection.
I did the same thing for Sideshow Aquaman EX because I thought Prime One was gonna finish the New 52 line. So
Yeah, it just sucks.
got the shaft on that one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if maybe some other companies do it. Maybe.
Well, they
I
may
don't
be
know.
being coy because they may just be saying, "Oh, we have no plans at this time doing it because Sideshow has their movie Aquaman, and they can't talk about it until that's gone." Right?
Well,
Because the New 52 line's in partnered with Sideshow, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they can't talk about it because they don't want to drive sales away from the movie version.
It's possible. I'm sure there's a lot of plans like that.
Hanging on to hope, right?
Yeah, sure,
So,
absolutely.
You mean
Um,
there's a change?
That's right.
Seriously,
Yeah, that's right. That's all us collectors need, right? We just need that little glimmer of hope.
Right.
That's all right. So we're getting kind of the end of the show here. Let's talk a little bit about pre-orders. What do you guys have coming in? Do you have anything coming in real soon within the next month or so? And then we'll talk about ones that you want to pre-order here next. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm still waiting on Iron Studios Punisher, and so far I haven't gotten a new delay notice from Sideshow, and my last payment is on the 20th. So if they don't send me a little email saying it's getting pushed to January, maybe that'll be here before the end of the month.
And there's also another one I know that you're waiting very, very patiently on. Which one's that?
Yeah, so Prime One Two-Face has been paid off. I ordered that straight from the Prime One site. I'm just waiting for them to ship that out to me because, that's my favorite bad guy, and I love that statue. So just waiting.
When did they say that it was gonna ship, Rodney?
Well, they haven't yet. They told me they would send me an email when it shipped. I paid it off 2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
I told you they only ship once a month to the U.S.
I hope I didn't miss it.
It's probably the same container that goes to Sideshow.
Like, I hope they didn't ship the day before I paid off or something. That means I gotta wait till January.
It felt like forever when I was waiting for my Optimus Primal.
So when they send them out, do they send them to Sideshow first, or do they send them directly to you though?
So I'm guessing they send them to Sideshow. They just ship everything out together, and that's why they do it once a month to just save on shipping. But I know it says on their website that it takes 2 to 4 weeks. So the way I see it, it's whether you're in that window or not.
Since I didn't order this through.
No, they'll ship it directly to you, Rodney.
Yeah, this would probably.
Because if you order it directly from them, it comes because it's packed a little bit different than when you get one from Sideshow. That's the styrofoam and stuff is a little bit more packed in there well because it'll have corners, and then my Noel had almost like styrofoam walls between the box and the art box too.
So the ones
and
I
the
ordered
top
for
and the bottom.
the ones I ordered from Sideshow had that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I was
My
gonna say the ones I've ordered from Sideshow has all that too.
Well,
I
the
know
Robin that I got from them didn't have that. It was just in a box with no styrofoam.
Like I know
And
when
then
you order from the
return.
website, it says 2 to 4 or 1 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm just guessing that maybe they just ship everything to the US at once. and then they
Yeah, that would make
cut the price
sense.
from there, because that would save so much money.
That makes sense.
Yeah, shipping. I ordered during their summer sale, so shipping was like 120 or something. It was really cheap.
They did just announce too they're doing a winter sale starting today.
Yeah.
It looked like a lot of the same. Oh, Jeff, I think you were the one that posted that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that.
They have
so look,
the half scale, the Ben Affleck Batmans, the armored and the regular one, are I think like 1,400 and 1,500.
yeah, I was thinking it was like
$400 or $500 off of them.
That's
is
through
pretty-
Prime One.
yeah,
Is that-
through Prime One. Yeah. So like I think they were somebody messaged me earlier today too. They were asking me my opinion about the Arkham Knight Batman. They have that one on sale for it's like $650.
Yeah.
That's
Which
good.
is insane. That's a great price. And I think the shipping was like $120. So you're still paying way less than retail. But I mean, it's not the exclusive, but still, if you're looking for that piece, that's still a great, and you're getting it brand new. So there are some really good deals on there, and pieces that are harder to find. Like, everybody always says, well, I can't find Azrael, which is one of my favorite pieces, but they have it on their website. So if you're not afraid to pay a little bit of shipping, especially right now with this sale, definitely go to Prime One, the US version of Prime One.com, and man, it's just there's some good deals on there if you're interested.
And they still let you do payment plans,
Yeah.
which I was shocked by.
Yeah. And I thought.
Is it as
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is it as many? Like, you get as many months to pay, or is there?
I could have spread the Two-Face out to like 8 months if I wanted to.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
That's
Yeah,
not
they
bad.
have Deathstroke, Red Hood, the Arkham Knight Batman. Batman Beyond is $750. The
Really?
Red Hood without the jacket is $637.
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Bane. One of them is $699. The other one's $629.
That's probably Mercenary.
They have both of them on sale. The Noel exclusive version of Noel is $629.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Arkham Knight is $629.
It's a good deal.
Are we talking about our pre-order list in general, or are we just talking about our
The Prime
pre-orders
One
coming up?
sales.
Yeah, this is the Prime
This
One
is the Prime One sale.
through their
Oh,
websites.
I
They're
meant for the previous question. My bad.
And I also think that they have some type of point system as well.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the Azrael for $719.
Yeah, and that's a cool statue. Yeah.
That's
and
great.
The Dark Knight Returns is $775.
I don't want that.
I love that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My favorite Batman.
And it's the exclusive one.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Man, we all need help. We're all sitting here like, ooh,
Yeah,
$700 isn't bad.
But this kind of comes back a little bit, again, we're getting off topic, but it comes back to full circle. Do you pre-order? Like, if I
And
spent,
wait.
like, I have all of those statues you just named practically, and I paid full price. Now, if I would have waited a year, I would have been able to get them almost
more.
yeah, I could have not only got more statues, but I mean, it sucks that you have to wait. And like you said, we all have the trigger finger where we want to order like now. But yeah, it's kind of crazy though that you can wait a little bit and save that kind of money.
Well, I bought the Noel last year at this same time and got it for close to that and shipped, and it was less than what Sideshow would have charged just for the statue. And I've got points for their website from buying from them to use, and apparently it says lifetime points, so I don't know that they expire.
Yeah, it's crazy that a lot of the Prime One statues still have the exclusive version because the Two-Face that I got from them is the exclusive.
Yeah, the Noel I got was too. They had the Harley Quinn third scale for $650.
Nice.
Jeez.
Oh, they have
That's
Let's see. It says they have the exclusive version. She's $697 for the exclusive one, $650 for the regular version.
So it tells me maybe that 1/3 is a tougher sell. That's it's just that they're hopeful, but they're maybe just not selling quite as much at that scale. Which, and again, it probably just depends on the piece, because I know there have been pieces that have sold out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. I mean, it's hard to have, I think, a lot of 1/3 scales as a primary size in your collection because they are so large. So I could see, somebody that is collecting that whole line like Thomas did, or like you have, Chris. I mean, that's just a lot of space for people. And then, I don't know. I mean, I think some people too, they sit there, we talked about earlier, you feel guilty for spending that kind of money on something. I know that there are probably enough people out there too that have said, nope, that's just, I'm not going to go above 1.4. Just not going to do it because of a price point and or size.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back to our regular question about, what pieces do you have coming in within the next month or so? I can't remember who's already gone, but jump in if you have some pieces coming in.
So I'm waiting on a shipping notice for XM Hulkbuster still, and got that Arkham from Prime One, or the Arkham Joker from Prime One, and I think Sideshow Magneto ships soon. Man, this is what I'm talking about here. Venom, Prime One Venom.
Did that one get delayed again? The Prime One Venom, did it get delayed again?
It got delayed. Yeah, it got delayed again. Yeah. So, so I guess my next two, would be probably Sideshow Magneto and probably Hulkbuster.
Good pieces.
I have Sideshow Magneto as well. XM Storm should be coming in pretty soon.
What do you know about that, by the way? Sorry to butt in.
That's
When is that supposed to be coming? The Storm?
This is supposed to be December. That's the last I heard. And I'm always bugging Brian Tan of XM.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting that.
Like, they just posted the Cyclops, and they posted that it wasn't going to come out until 2020. And I was like, wait, what? And I'm sure
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Everyone's freaking out after I made the comment. Wait, 2020? But I also have, looks like XM Dark Phoenix will be out in February, so I guess that's kind of a month. And then I have Iron Studios Darth Vader should be here next week. And then Infinity Studios Itachi, if any of you guys watch Naruto. Oh, and then Sume Saitama. He should be in the next month. Do you guys anime One Punch Man now?
Right.
That's cool. And then I got two fan arts. I got a fan.
Oh, is that the one? Is that the one going like this?
Yeah. He's
that's a cool statue. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, I don't know anything about anime, but it's cool.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's really funny. You got to watch it. You got to watch it subtitled. You can't watch the dub. It just, all the humor is gone.
Yeah, definitely.
And XM, I think Optimus Prime, I don't know when he's coming. I thought he was supposed to come out next year at the beginning, but that may have gotten pushed. And then I have two fan art pieces, fan art Mark Silvestri Hulk and fan art Sabretooth from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Do you have room for all those?
Yeah, dude.
That's good.
I got a couple more. We get some big cases over here coming in. Those are going to be 3-pit cases. I'm going to take these and use them as bookshelves for all the omnibuses that Gem Mint has gotten me to buy.
You should just sell that Vegeta one day.
I'm not selling the Vegeta, dude.
No, man, that thing's sweet. If he's going to sell it, he can sell it to me.
No,
Yeah,
you can sell it to somebody in
I got
Maryland.
like 3 bestas over here.
I can come pick it up.
And I've got it all nerdily organized in my spreadsheet, so I know where everything goes, so I don't have to buy anything that's gonna sit in the damn box.
So do you do room diagrams also?
Dude, I'll show you, man.
Yeah. Say, I've done that too, so I'm just curious if you do that.
Yeah.
Ryan, the spreadsheet king.
Yeah, I got it right here, dude. These are
Oh, there it is.
the gray part would be the cabinets, the white part would be on top of the cabinets. And I'm buying some Stuvos to replace these Bestas over here, these smaller Bestas. So I need more depth for that Vegeta.
That's cool. Well, you have measurements on there too, huh?
Oh yeah, dude. Alex and them did measurements of some of the XM pieces when they were over there at the Singapore Toy Game Comic Con, so I wrote those down too. Oh yeah, dude. I
That's
gotta
cool.
I gotta be able to display it. I can't buy something and have it sit in the box.
Man,
Yeah, I
that
hear
looks
all
too much like math to me.
I mean, it is math, so
yeah, it is. But I mean, there's so many collectors I hear that they get a piece in and they're like, "Oh, it's way bigger than I expected. I have no place to put it."
oh yeah.
So having a plan in place, I think, is helpful. For sure. Let's see, Stir Fry. Do you have anything coming in?
Yeah, I got the Batwoman coming in Friday, I believe, and then
Nice.
Sideshow Magneto, and then I'm supposed to have Storm from XM as well, but I haven't heard anything lately. And Cyclops as well, the one with the 2 torsos, which sucks about 220. White Magneto, and Gambit from XM as well.
Nice.
So
I
they
think that's
pushed.
it.
They originally said Q1, Q3, 2020, but they updated the website today to Q1, 2020. So that's, it's like a
Better.
yeah, it's better.
That's better.
Yeah.
I hope the Storm thing works out. It was a different guy than I usually go through. So.
Well, they haven't pushed it. I mean, of all the ones that got pushed back, Darth Maul wasn't getting pushed back for the longest time, but Storm was always the one that they were like December, and then they finally pushed back Darth Maul. But Storm's the only one that stayed the same. So I think that's a good sign.
Cool.
Hey, Ryan.
Fingers crossed.
Awesome.
Hey, Ryan, you need $5?
Huh?
You need $5?
For what? I feel like I'm
SJ.
walking into something.
No, SJ Space said he would pay $5 just to look at one in person.
Oh.
Oh,
That's creepy.
I actually forgot
Yeah,
something that's
Yeah,
coming.
the Vegeta, I'm sorry. I thought that was pretty funny. So if you need $5, hit him up.
Where do you live, dude? I'll take 10. I was kidding.
You got to play the sound for him too. Right?
Auction.
Play the sound, give him the light show, all that.
That's right.
Yeah. I
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I actually forgot one that's coming in early January. The XM Ivy.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's a sick piece, dude.
Yeah,
It's a great piece. Great
that's
piece.
actually my favorite.
I
from
think that's the
XM
best
this year.
female statue of the year for my. That's what I put down for our.
It's one of my contenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how she competes with that Hush Ivy.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause they're just both so well done. They're both so different. But man, but good head sculpts on both of them.
Yeah, I
Sure.
love the base on both of them, the environment for both of them. I think the XM Ivy just won me over more because I preferred the flesh tone to the green skin tone.
Yeah.
So
Classic.
Yeah.
They look awesome.
They do. A lot of you guys mentioned that you're getting the Sideshow Magneto, and I think they just did like an out of the box or some production photos, and I think it looks really good, a lot better than it did before. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, that's what made me do it.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
underrated. I think it's gonna be an underrated piece.
Yeah. For me, it was like I wanted a Magneto piece, and I knew I wasn't going to pay the ridiculous amount for Magneto on Throne, and I just figured that that piece like it kind of fit my needs for the time being. So, but we'll see what happens.
I remember when it was unveiled at San Diego Comic Con. Like everybody trashed it. What was it about it that was so bad? Like did they make changes to it? I can't remember.
They did to the like the I guess the collar area that is more a little more classic. The old when I first showed it, it was like this weird. I guess they were taking liberties with this. I guess this chest piece. I didn't like it, and I didn't really like the base. Didn't really work for me either until they made those additions. And when I look at it, I make sound effects when I look at that base, like. That's what it did for me. So when they're unboxing it, they put it down in their video. I just look at it and go, like that's his powers, And I really just wanted the classic outfit. So I already pre-ordered the white one from the Bendis X-Men run, where he's like from XM. I was like, I don't even know where I'm going to put that, but I think he's like one of the best villains out there. He's like probably one of the first complex villains that has like besides maybe Doom or somebody, but he's got motives that are really awesome. And that's why I would say he's right every time, because I just think he's one of those first villains that's not just a straightforward one-dimensional bad guy.
Agreed.
He's super cool. So after they made those
100%.
additions,
And he's sometimes a good guy, which makes him even more complex.
Sideshow has those sound effects and make the unboxing look really easy. I was just like, I'm doing it. So I'll just have 2 Magnetos. Screw it.
That'll be cool. Well, my big get, I guess, this week is I'm getting the Prime 1 Killer Croc on Friday.
That's a huge piece.
Yeah.
It is a massive piece. We talked a little bit about it. I mentioned it on the Friday night open mic night, and I said that shipping was going to be $180. I was wrong. It was $190. Like, oh my god! But it is 2 boxes. This is coming from Sideshow.
Wow.
One box I think was 45 pounds, and the other one was 55 pounds.
Dang, man.
Holy crap.
So this is going to be a beast. It'll be a workout for sure. Crazy, but I'm excited to get that piece in.
So where are you going to put it? With
So it should be along here with my other Arkham line. He's kind of hunched over. He's still tall, but I think I'm just praying he clears the ceiling because it's at that angle. But that's where he's supposed to go. I have a space for him. So if he doesn't fit there, I don't know for sure what I'm going to do. I think he's going to be a lot bigger than I'm expecting.
Sounds
So,
like
like
his
his hand-
spreadsheet tips, you know?
I know. If only Ryan would have measured
Here to help, guys.
Give
Here
him
to help.
give him a couple bucks, he can plan it out for
you
you.
needed to math that shit.
That's right. Well, I drew it out, but I didn't measure. But I think I should be fine. And my cabinets are meant to hold that kind of weight. So,
How heavy is he?
I would imagine.
Dark Side was like 60 pounds. This one right here.
I can't imagine the boxing material being that much. I mean, I would think he's got to be at least 70 pounds, 70, 80
Damn,
pounds.
70.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But his base, I don't know if you saw the photo I posted in my group this week, but the base is like twice as big as the other Prime 1 bases. You know, it's
Yeah.
twice as deep. It's twice as deep.
Drives me nuts when they do that.
Yeah, and he's probably at least like nearly 3 times bigger than Scarecrow.
Damn. Are you getting him too, Mac?
No.
He's got a Hulkbuster.
Yeah, I got Hulk, but that's the biggest piece. Then I know that's it.
Yeah, and
Two-step.
Croc was expensive too. I think it's by far the most expensive statue I'll ever buy.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
I'm hoping I love it. I hope it's good.
You
What?
decide on sanity?
I haven't decided yet.
So
No. Oh, I don't know. I know.
If anybody needs that piece, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You could sell
And
a
then
bunch
again,
of
it comes
statues
like-
too.
Do what?
You'd have to sell I would sell a bunch of statues too, just and then put it on like one of those revolving pedestals, so that's turning, so you can always people who come in can always see all of it.
Yeah.
You know what you could put it on an end table right in the center of the room.
Well, that's where I do my reviews. Like I just have like a stand. Actually, it's one of kind of like the stand here, but they're smaller, and that's what I use to film the review portion of all my reviews. And that's kind of what I thought, that if I did it, it would have to be just some sort of in the middle of the room, because the size,
It's a centerpiece, definitely.
it's a centerpiece, but it's not near as big as a Prime 1 piece, and height wise, it's the size of some of the premium formats. So I don't know. It'd be really cool to have it, but I just don't know. There's so many pre-orders that I have. So much money. This is like, ugh. But
Now,
something will
is
probably have to
Freeze
go.
going to be bigger, as big as Croc?
He is not as big.
Okay.
He is as tall. He does look big. I think his footprint's probably as big as Croc, but the height, he's actually as tall as the Arkham Origins Joker that's going up the stairs.
Yeah.
I thought they actually listed him wrong, and it might still be wrong on the website, but it makes him look a lot bigger than he actually is. But all the photos I've seen right next to Joker and some other pieces, he's about that tall.
Mm.
So I have a question for you, Chris. Will you
Yeah.
ever sell those busts so that you can buy more of the 1/3 Prime 1 ones?
The bust behind me?
Huh?
No.
Like, how do they value? Okay, so those are more important.
The Batman right here, the Batman bust is and I was asked this earlier this week. I'm doing a thing for George over at MCE, and that is my favorite piece I've ever had. It was more. I paid more than I should have for it. But to me, like out of all the pieces that I have, if I had to choose one that just represent my love for the character, it's that piece. And I really like the Joker as well. I just feel like you have to have both pieces. I mean, they are by far my favorite pieces in my collection. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever part with those. I think I would probably part with the premium formats first.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Cool.
I don't collect busts, but that Joker bust is by far like probably one of the best that I've seen.
Yeah.
It's interesting with this bust because when I bought it, I mean, when it first came out, I was not interested at all. I just didn't really feel like it captured the Joker that I had in my head. Like, you always picture it with that really long chin,
Mhm.
and this one didn't have it. He had the short chin. The face actually kind of reminded me of a friend I had growing up. It was just something about it. But then as until I got this Batman bust, and then I saw more and more pictures of it, I'm like, I want to give it a shot now that I have it in person. It's so creepy and well done. I'm just really glad I have it. It's really cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Definitely.
All right, did we miss any other pre-order pieces? Okay, I guess we're good there. Let me see if I can do this real quick here and bring this up.
Oh,
I've
I'm
never
supposed
shared
to
my
send the Thanos from Infinity War,
The hot toy or the
Sometime.
Iron Studios?
the one from Iron Studios.
Oh,
The
you get
1/4 one or the 1/10?
Oh, the 1/4.
Nice. I didn't know that was coming out already.
No, well, it's sometime. I think it said May or June, so it'll probably be fall.
Chris, are you getting that Sideshow Wonder Woman or no?
The which one?
The Sideshow Wonder Woman?
No.
Okay.
What is showing on your screen right now, guys? Is it this Aquaman?
naked dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I've not screen shared before, so I want to make sure that that's what you guys are all seeing on the big screen here. So this was a print that came up this week. Let's see what else we got. Did you guys see this today?
Yeah, it's a
The
figure.
6 scale figure.
Yeah, we got the.
The joints are such crap on those things. That's my only
Yeah,
problem.
Sideshow doesn't
Yeah.
do a good job with their figures.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I heard it's not quite as
It's not stable
good. And
like Hot Toys.
I used to collect hot toys before I got into all this shit. Dude, the sideshow. I had the sideshow Django Fett. It looked nice, dude, but it was such a bitch to like. I'm sorry, we allowed to cuss in here? Maybe.
yeah, you can. Yeah, that's fine. No
Yeah.
problem.
Maybe asking that a little late in the show.
Just please no nudity.
I wear pants at all time.
That's right.
And
That sculpt's
yeah,
not bad, but
it's just,
Yeah, I was gonna say the head sculpt's cool.
the issue I have is they just you like. I mean the limbs. It's like it's like holding a puppet by its head and like jiggling
Mhm.
around like everything's just flopping all over the place. It's
Yeah, that's
kind
not
of
good.
garbage.
Yeah, I know.
That's too bad.
With the
That head
Sideshow
sculpt looks nice,
Punisher,
though.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I like here with the helmets like floating over his hand like that. That's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of cool.
Yeah.
I like the
Nice.
color they chose for the helmet, but I don't like the.
Does his hair look shorter on one side than the other, or is that just the wind effect?
Let me go back. It looks like it must be blowing,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
It
just-
feels
over,
it's
yeah.
longer. Anyway,
but it is
Black
kind
Rose
of weird.
purple hair.
maybe
Just
it
the-
wraps behind his head.
It's the
Yeah.
model head sculpt.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, this one was revealed today too. Let's see. I think Rodney, you saw this in New York, right?
Yeah, it looks nice. It's small. It's 5th scale though, right?
Yeah, it's small. This is the head sculpt that people haven't seen yet. This is the regular head sculpt. The one in New York was this one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the new one. I like the new one better.
That's the curly. Yeah, this is the curly hair that was shown in New York, and it's the exclusive. But I think this one looks better to me.
Yeah.
I like the other one. Interesting.
Oh, you like the curly? You like the curly hair?
I'm not a big She-Hulk fan, but yeah, I like the other one better. I can see the likeness. I mean, I can see people liking the other
Classic.
one as well.
I'm hoping this
Yeah,
is
it's yeah.
with these with.
Yeah, I think there's already a Spider-Man. Maybe I think I saw a picture of a Spider-Man too that either they already have out or they're gonna have out. But and he says it's 1/5.
yeah, I love the water. You know, the hydrant and the water splashing down.
Yeah, that's neat. It's got some neat elements to it.
Man, I'm not in the She-Hulk, but yeah,
Yeah.
it looked nice when I saw it. This is gorgeous.
This is gorgeous. They actually had this on Sideshow Live, I believe, last week.
Mhm.
The wings are insane.
Mhm.
They're just. This is a massive, massive piece. It doesn't look like it's that big, but it is massive.
Looks really wide with those wings.
Yeah,
Those
it's-
wings
it's
look really
hard.
fragile. And looking at the Aspen, that would make me nervous since how fragile Aspen's little.
Yeah, she had all kinds of problems, right?
I mean, as long as you put her in the right way. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just don't do it backwards, and you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Was that Jason Bond? Jason Bond had a whole bunch of trouble. Yeah.
yeah,
He was having a bad time.
he's quote unquote
Yeah.
doing it wrong.
But yeah, look at that. That's crazy.
But it looked real. I mean, he barely touched that thing in the video and it shattered.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it
bad.
literally looked like he sneezed on that shit and it just like broke.
Your hand weighs a lot,
That's right.
but it's
Yeah,
on
it's
a water scope.
He's
Yeah, I
got some
hope they're
mitts there.
reinforced wings. Here's the Aquaman exclusive. This is the 1/3 scale from Prime One that went on pre-sale this week.
And this is the movie one, right? Not the.
This is the movie version.
You said one third?
This is 1/3. The exclusive is this extra sword or whatever it is that comes out of his arm.
Mm.
It'll be interesting to see, how popular this character is after the movie's out. You guys all going to see that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds like blasphemy, but I'm more excited for the Aquaman movie than the new Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, man.
I'm not
I'm a
watching-
James Wan fan,
No.
big
Yeah.
time. So yeah, I'm more excited for Aquaman. I'm a.
Does anybody? I'm going this Saturday. Does anybody else get to go early?
Yep,
No,
going
I'm
Saturday.
gonna
I gotta wait till
I
next
gotta wait
weekend.
till I gotta see it with my wife, so I'm gonna do it when we're.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool that they did that.
I'm gonna go see Spider-Man on Friday though.
That looks good. That looks really
So
good.
I'm gonna see that.
Speaking of Aquaman here, what do you guys think of this one?
That's good to me.
I think
His
it
hair
looks
looks like
nice.
his hair looks like it was glued onto his head.
Yeah, this line on the top is odd.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
dude,
It's a Black Widow fade.
that's that.
Yeah.
That's that fucking like yeah.
That's exactly
Isaac
right.
Newton shaved, perfectly symmetrical and shit.
They did a good job with the face, though. They usually don't. Like when it comes to movie statues.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job on it.
Yeah, I do feel like this is one of the best head sculpts that they've ever done. Now, whether it actually, looks like this when you get it in hand,
Right.
Yeah, this is definitely not a pre-order thing. You wait till you see the unboxings and then order.
yes.
But I
Yeah.
don't like. Doesn't it kind of let you down that the pants are fabric?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, I'm
man, you
surprised
guys are
they
going
did that.
so strong, and then you just freaking shadow over what you just did.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
lock your screen so when we're talking, it's not showing what's going on to everybody else, and not the thing not your the picture that you're showing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing that the whole time. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Let me see let's see here.
So what, Ryan? You're saying it's not mixed media, and you want it to be, or what? What's,
No, I'm
Is
saying
that-
the
is that
pants
better,
are-
guys?
Yeah, it's not so.
Is that better now? Okay.
Yeah,
So what do you mean, Ryan?
I just don't like that the pants are mixed media. Like you've got me.
I don't
why,
either.
why just do the pants now? I mean, it's like Jesus. Now it's gonna look weird.
That would keep me from buying it. If it was
Look,
all sculpted, I would have thought more about getting it.
Well, look, the
But
top
since they're
shiny.
fabric,
Well, the top shiny. The gauntlets are shiny.
the boots are shiny.
The boots are shiny, and then like the other stuff looks like.
Are the pants supposed to be shiny? I don't know.
I
Are
mean,
they?
I remember them all
Dude,
being.
all
shiny.
pants are supposed to be shiny. I got a closet full of them.
I don't know.
Shiny
It just
pants.
looks weird.
Now, how about this one?
She looks shiny.
She does.
I feel like like the suit sculpt looks awesome. But I'm not a big Catwoman fan, but when I look at the older one, I like the older one overall. better. But I think the sculpt on the head down looks great. And then the face,
I did-
I'm kind of on the.
I love the face.
Yeah, I think I did pre-order this one, and I think I'm selling my original one, just because I feel like she kind of hides in the background. I feel like this pose, even though it is different, I just think I don't know. I just think it's well done. I like it.
It is, and you can put it in front of something, right? It's not that tall, right?
No, I don't think so. I think that this one, I think the head sculpt wise, I think this will fit in that OG line pretty good. I haven't ordered any of the new statues, but I do feel like this one's good.
Yeah,
I
I
think she could
love
scrape
the unmask.
rock with
I
her
love
claws.
so the unmask is the regular. I love the regular.
Yeah, I do too. But I know a lot of people are really excited about the animated series one.
Yeah.
Do you really think she can scrape rock with those claws? I thought her claws were like.
Yeah,
Not trying to nitpick, but I guess
Razor.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think so.
I kind of prefer my Catwoman statue standing up though, but I'm not gonna say why. I just
I know why.
So, Chris, are you getting that Prime 1 as well, the Arkham Catwoman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got her and Freeze, Killer Croc, and Arkham Knight Joker. Those are my last 4
Okay.
from that
Room
line.
for all those?
Yep.
Free.
Nice.
I've got room. I've still got my 4 spaces, and then I actually have that front shelf. I did sell Nightwing and Batgirl, and I still have Robin that I haven't sold yet, but there'll be space, where he's standing. But
You
yeah,
get
I've got
the
room.
exclusive freeze or the regular?
Exclusive.
Nice.
I would have it no other way.
Yeah, Batman Statue Collector only does exclusive, man.
That's right. That's right. Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Otherwise, it'd just be Statue Collector.
That's right. That's right. It wouldn't make any sense. This is the last one I got on here. This is a Starfire. I think this one's really cool too. Yeah, this is Tweeterhead. I talked to Chad last week, and he said that this one's doing really well. So
Good for them.
Looks really
Feels
nice.
great. I think.
yeah, I think she's really cool. They have a lot planned for this line, so pretty cool. It's awesome. All right, let's see if I'm back here. All right.
We were talking in the chat about the Hawkman from Iron Studios.
Oh my god, that thing is
That
gigantic.
thing looks
Oh, I
amazing.
forgot to put that on there, guys. Sorry.
That's like a pterodactyl. That's
It
huge.
looks
I
awesome.
know that's like having a fucking eagle in your room. Just like,
Well, you can change the wings though, right? You can have
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looked like it.
it in or out.
dude, what's the ES got to be on the one with the wings spread out? It's got to be like 6. Like, who's gonna?
I'm thinking it's. I think it probably comes with both set of wings, and you.
I
Can,
bet it does too.
Dude, how big are the boxes for that though? Jesus.
Yeah.
It'll have to be at least 3 boxes.
Yeah.
Don't you
one
think?
box
I mean,
just
one for the
wings.
base.
You think
Yeah, I mean,
they could just lay the wings down in one.
This thing's
The
like a
boxes
4
that the quarter scale movie Falcon came in are as big as the Prime 1 Robin because of the wings.
Hmm.
Because the wings are there's like 30 something inches. So those have to be 30 something each.
Yeah, they got to be over 3
Since
feet.
it's
Right?
1/3.
Yeah.
Bruna is in the chat, and I know that she actually went to that event. She filmed some stuff for our group. Bruna, if you are still there, do you know if you get the wings, both sets of wings? I don't know if you talked to them or not, but it's such an impressive piece. I think the sculpt is just phenomenal. I think it's one of their best ones they've done, in my opinion.
Looks sick. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk about a nutso piece with those wings spread out there. It was awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe they went there.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's photoshopped, and I was like, wait, it's not.
it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Studio China stuff.
You're really gonna have to love Hawkman, I think, if you want to display it like that. Like Hawkman will be the center of your collection.
Yeah.
Are they
You can build a
Or put them behind everybody.
You could put
Yeah.
it behind and up a little.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
You could.
that 1/3 line by them is really, I think it's on par with any of the other 1/3 lines out there. I think it's really phenomenal.
Do they
Yeah.
have any? What are their other one?
So they've got the Batman,
Superman,
they've
too.
got the Superman, they have the Wonder Woman, and now they have the Hawkman, and then they've done variations of some of those pieces. So the Batman, of course, there's the original blue and gray, and then there's the black variant.
Oh God.
Now they're going to do the bronze.
It's the black. Yeah.
The Superman, and then there's a black suit variant of that one.
Mhm.
Is that the one with the mullet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Wonder Woman, I thought looks really good. I mean, it looks like she's got a lot of display options. There's with a helmet, and I think there's without a
Yeah, she
helmet,
looks
and there's
great.
a cape, and there's a, and
Oh,
then
okay,
there's the
yeah,
Hawkman. So if they're really putting together the whole Justice League, that would be a pretty cool 1/3 line.
Has Wonder Woman already come out, dude? She looks awesome.
Yeah, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman did come out, and she's been sold out for a long time. So I
I'm
don't
looking on the
know.
website. She
Wow.
looks
And
awesome.
I think she turned out better in real life than the prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I thought, it was like, the face sculpt's okay. But when I saw it released, I'm like, wow, it really turned out well.
Yeah, it's
And I
great.
didn't
I
hear
saw
a lot
it in
about
the
her.
stores. It's really impressive.
Is it pretty massive, too? It feels like it's a really big
It's
piece.
huge.
Dude, it's 33 inches high. Oh, wait, that's the only dimension they put on the website. Yeah, so it's 33.5 inches wide. Or tall, sorry.
yeah, and the 1/3 Batman, I've got it over here. He's huge. I mean, he's almost 3 foot tall, and it's almost 2 foot wide. It's 22 inches wide with the cape sticking out the way that it does.
Big
And
piece.
then it's a little over 1.5 feet deep. It's like 19 inches and some change deep. So it's big, it's huge, it's heavy.
Lawrence, I wanted to thank you, too, for doing the review. I really appreciate that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty shitty. I mean, I got an old shitty camera. I did what I could.
You did. It was great. It was fantastic.
They look cool.
It did. So with Hawkman, do you guys think he's a very popular character? Do you think that'll sell well? I just don't ever hear about Hawkman much.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably do a low ES on
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like an ES of like 300 kind of a thing.
Yeah.
They know.
I mean,
think it'll sell because it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Just it looks really good. Whether
Yeah.
And nobody does him. So, I mean, he's going to be, just that rare collector says, hey, wow, you've never done this character.
what are their
Or at least not on that
prices?
scale.
What are their prices for their third spells?
It's been $9.99 pretty
Okay.
consistently.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I bet that one will be 1,200.
I would guess so too. It's pretty big. I mean, unless I could see them making the wings plastic.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
And
did
that
say, didn't you say there was some plastic elements on the Batman, like some of the rebar and things like that?
Yeah, there are definitely some plastic elements to it, which I don't mind. I mean, I think it makes sense for the parts that they did it for. And the capes have been plastic by and large. So
Mhm.
Whatever you can do to keep the weight down, dude.
Yeah, it's either
Prime needs
plastic
to
or
take
it's
some notes.
yeah. I mean, and they look good. I mean, the sculpt is really good. The paint application's really good. So it hasn't been a problem for me. I know that their Iron Studios Batman Bane diorama, the cape on that Batman's plastic too.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd never know it. So
I've been thinking about that piece.
yeah, it's.
I like
it's
it.
I really like their new Batman Joker one. I think it
Yeah,
looks great.
it's good. Now, what scale is that? Does anybody know?
I think that's another 1/6.
1/6, I think.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a cool piece. What about what is your opinion, especially Lawrence, since you have this piece now that they're doing that bronze edition of the Batman 1/3?
I've never liked the gold and bronze variants. It's not my cup of tea, but I don't mind that they're doing it. I couldn't care less. Again, I don't buy to sell stuff.
No.
So I wanted to sell a bunch, or I might have with it, but I don't really on a ton of money or anything like that.
I think you might be
I'd
cutting
buy
out a
it,
little,
so.
Lawrence. I don't know if you guys is Lawrence cutting out for you guys too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's getting hacked by the Russians.
Bruna, who was again there at the convention, she says, "I believe the Hawkman will be between $9.99 and $1,100."
Okay.
That's a great
That's
price.
not bad.
That
That's
big
not
ass-
bad.
So yeah, for that epic of a piece, that's a great price, I think.
And even the
Yeah.
feathers look real. Man, that's gonna be a really
Yeah, I think that'll sell out just based on the look. Forget
Yeah.
that he's not, well known. That statue looks awesome. I don't know anything about Hawkman.
See, I
but
think
that's-
most of their pieces have sold out on Sideshow. They're bigger pieces.
What about
Yeah.
that Hulk? The Hulk they have too, dude. I don't think is that 1/4 or is that 1/3?
Which
It
Hulk?
says 1/4, but
The
Oh,
Hulk,
that thing looks massive.
that thing looks
it
gigantic.
looks like a 1/3 to me.
Me
They
too.
said 1/4.
That dude looks so roided out. Looks like he brushes his teeth with like. I mean, he looks.
Hulk boy.
I think maybe somebody said maybe like 4 head sculpts or something.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's
They
awesome.
I saw a video where there were at least 3 or 4. They had different heads. One of them looked really
This,
like the 70s.
this the one with the
That
Lou
kind of-
Ferrigno?
Yeah, it kind of looked like Lou
Yeah,
Ferrigno
okay.
had the
Yeah,
the
just
Lou
like-
Ferrigno hair.
Yep.
Elephantitis forehead. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that skull.
Yeah, just massive piece.
I
Crazy.
thought it looked like they'd really done some more work on it since San Diego.
Yeah,
I
the
thought the
seam looked
skin
better.
texture looked better.
And the seam on the jawline on the head.
Yeah.
looked a lot better.
So are they finally gonna kill their stigma about what was it, the Spider-Man they had? Are they finally gonna get past that?
What was
Yeah.
wrong with the Spider-Man besides it being huge?
Cheap and fragile, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah,
all
it was
plastic,
Yeah.
plastic and
broken.
A lot of
Yeah,
it was
before my
damaged
time.
in shipping.
Well, I mean, the key to that is going to be, just like Lauren's doing that unboxing, having really no issues other than, of course, the light with the adapter. But I think that, just having positive experiences is really going to help get rid of that stigma, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think they're doing good work.
Send me Punisher. Come on,
Mhm.
hurry up.
You can say
They're
right there.
slow. That's the only thing. I mean that Iron Man was almost a year late that I got,
Wow.
and I didn't think it was ever going to come, but it finally showed up. But
Looks like my Killer Croc this Friday. I ordered him 2 years ago, like yesterday.
Shit.
Mm.
So, I'm used to a year wait, but good Lord, 2? That's crazy. But
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I know that, these are big pieces and they have a lot of paint applications and stuff. But again, I feel like it kind of comes down to like, are they doing too much at once?
mhm.
Now, when they did a delay for your Killer Croc, was it every month they give you a delay, or did they like tell you, all right, 6 months later is when we're gonna send it?
You mean like skating along?
Like I just got, I think I got 3 delay notices a couple weeks ago, and it was like Freeze, Catwoman, because Catwoman's close to being done, and but like they all got pushed back to like March, April, and then May, June. So I feel like they give you like a 4 or 5 month bubble there. I don't remember getting too many on Killer Croc. I probably got 2 maybe.
See,
So-
that wouldn't bother me as much. I think my whole problem with the Iron Studio one with the Punisher, it was supposed to come out right at the summer, and every month they would send me a new notice. So it's like you're getting close. I'm getting close. I'm about to get it. Oh, psych! Wait
Yeah.
till next month. I wish they would just say, "All right, give us 6 more months," and just push it. Like I wish they would just do that. But it's like right now, I'm thinking, all right, the 20th, are they going to take my money and pay it off? Or am I going to get another notice from Sideshow saying it's delayed again?
Well, this is the worst time of year too because they have the Chinese New Year,
Yeah.
and so that delays everything a month or two. Because
Yeah.
everything kind of shuts down. So if you don't have things by Christmas, don't count on it until probably March.
Yeah.
Yeah, March or April. Which that kind of stinks too. But
Yeah, I'll tell you. So sorry, I had a connection issue. I had to drop off and connect back. But
no problem, bud. No problem.
that the Iron Studios piece, I think at the end of September they were showing on Instagram that it was, pretty much ready to go, and they were shipping it out and didn't get it until mid-December. So it was about 4 months lag time between when they said, "Hey, it's ready to go," to when it actually arrived over here. So I'm not sure what happens in between all that time, but it took a significant amount of time for that all to transpire.
Do they use Chinese factories? Because I heard there's some other good factories in like Philippines and a couple others, but I don't know of any big companies that use them. I just know of like fan art.
Pretty sure the box said made in China.
Okay.
So.
Well, I also, with delays, I heard Chad talking about, again, Chad for Tweeterhead, he was talking about how, there's been times where he's used a factory and they have a disagreement or there's a problem with production. And so then he had to move the statue to a completely different factory.
Start over.
So you can imagine how long that delays everything.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't always see or hear about. Again, I would love for companies to be transparent about that, because again, I feel like if I have to wait 2 years for a Killer Croc, but a year ago they said, okay, well, here's the issue we're having, we're blah blah blah. I wish that communication would happen, because I think collectors wouldn't get so ticked off about it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But
Yep.
I don't know.
Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but when I was waiting for the Iron Man to come from Iron Studios, a shop owner told me that because of the problems with their Spider-Man, when Iron Studios ships pieces to Sideshow, they open and inspect them and then repack them and send them to customers now. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that could take a huge amount of time too.
So all of your Iron Studio pieces, did you buy through a local shop?
No. All of them, 3 of them came from Sideshow. 2 of them I called. I went to Sideshow's authorized retailers and then did like a circle and expanded it around my area till I got to Florida and found a place that had two more of the ones that I needed. And then I had to get Black Panther from a dealer in Brazil. I couldn't find it anywhere. That cost more to ship than the Noel. It was like 150 or 160.
Crazy. Well, that's a lot. It's just unfortunate sometimes of what we go through to get these things in our possession. But I know the delays have been frustrating for a lot of people, and even when stuff like Rodney said, the stuff's already in stock and you're still having trouble, getting it in with that Two-Face. But I don't know. Well, before we go, Jeff, I want you to show everybody in the chat your new toy here.
Oh, my new chair.
Yeah. It's even got the lumbar support. Nice.
And it's removable.
That's cool.
And the headrest. And it's all embroidered.
Oh, it's sewn in there. That's cool.
And then it has a big Marvel thing here at the back too.
Yeah, Marvel branded big time.
That's awesome. So, do you remember where you got it? If people are interested in ordering one,
Amazon. It came up from Amazon. They have Iron Man and Spider-Man, and they showed a Black Panther to be coming soon, but they didn't actually show what it looked like. They had like a silhouette.
Coming soon, right?
Yep.
That's cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Very comfortable. It's a lot better than the kitchen chair I was using.
I was using an office chair before these. Mine's similar style to yours. The bucket seat chair.
Nice. Yeah, yours
go
looks
up and down.
Cool.
That's cool. Well, it definitely fits your room for sure. Very cool. Well, before we head out tonight, anybody else want to address anything tonight? Or are we good?
Happy
I'm
holidays.
good. My share is not as high quality, so my fanny kind of a little bit. I sue Chris.
Sitting on the folding chair.
That's right.
That's about what I was
Sack of phone
on.
books, and it's pretty painful.
I don't see
Usually
right.
by the time we get to the end of the show, usually my ass is paralyzed. So
wrestlers handle getting hit by those things.
Hashtag paralyzed ass.
Yeah, sometimes you got to put off a pre-order to just get a new chair, guys.
It's just a chair.
Getting beanbag chairs.
The chairs cost the same price as Sideshow statue. At least mine did.
You take the pain, suffer for the statue.
they could learn how to make a chair out of the statue boxes.
There you go.
Put a drop
I'm fine.
cloth over it.
It's hard. It's hard to spend. I find it's hard to spend money on things that are not statues. Like I just bought. I don't know if you guys saw. I bought that Gabriel Del Auto print, and I love it. But it's like, oh, it's money I could have used towards something else. You know, it's. Do you guys find that the same? Where you're like, you regret like spending money on anything else?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that's why I look at those Maju cases, because they are nice, but the prices of them, like, you could get a bunch of statues for that. And now that y'all are telling me they're not, you can't adjust them, because I was under the impression you could, but yeah.
I think you can attach them and build like a bigger unit out of them, but you can't change the initial frame of it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the cases themselves are modular toward a collector of one large, case, basically.
So you have
No.
A wall of Maju cases, basically.
I'm assuming that has to do with like the strength of it. Would be my guess is why you can't adjust it. Maybe.
Yeah, and I wonder. I'm kind of curious how many you can stack, because the bottom one's going to have all the weight to it. So
yeah.
Yeah. No. I wonder if surely they've thought of that.
The frames are metal though, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah, they look like they're pretty heavy duty from what I've read.
I've seen some pictures of guys sitting in the shelves. So they had like two guys sitting on one, but
Oh, so they're very sturdy.
they look like small guys. They weren't like.
I mean, besides statues, the only thing I really spend a lot of money on is like headphones for me.
oh yeah, right.
I know about your headphones,
right?
right?
With your headphones.
It's the same price as a XM piece or
Oh wow. Yeah, I spend a decent amount of money on comics. I still have a weekly pool.
Yeah, same.
I probably spend I don't know. It's not a ton compared to a lot of guys. I'd probably spend $20 to $35 a week.
Yeah.
So you go every week. My problem is I don't go every week. So by the time I go, I'm spending $120 to get my pull out.
Yeah,
and I don't have a shop here, so I just ordered Batman Damned #2 online. But if I don't go to a bigger city, then I don't have a chance to go. So that saves me a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I got mine today.
Yeah, I got
good.
Yeah, I got a
Pretty good book.
Good. You guys have already read it?
No.
I read it.
Is there more?
I
feel like
Jim Lee cover's great.
Yeah. No. Batwang.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no bad. I feel like
it's Joker's turn,
like-
episode 2.
yeah, I feel like they cheapened us out in that book, because I think that it was going to be a lot more risque than what it ended up being. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I think you guys will know when you get to that part in the book where I think was going to be shown.
Well, and it's been real interesting too, because I know Bermejo was he either was on Instagram, I follow him on there, and or maybe it was Twitter, but like he's kind of ticked off about it. I think he's mad that they're kind of censoring the work and not going to reprint certain things.
Bitter.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. I mean, it's his work. But I mean, surely it's made DC a lot of money too, because it got so much press and.
Yeah, they missed an opportunity though by not reprinting. I mean, a lot of people wanted to get that first issue, and they're not even going to reprint with censored version right? So I mean, if you didn't get one,
Yep,
you're just not
yep.
going to get it. So,
Oh, so it won't ever be a trade either, or
I bet you they probably do something like that. But
Yeah, I think it'll be a trade, but it'll be censored. It'll be a censored trade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure it'll be the trade.
But
It'll be a big $120 absolute edition.
right,
Yeah.
I'd rather collect those personally. For my own personal preference. Like I collect like the omnibus or the collected trade.
Yes, that's where more of your money is going now, though. You said that
Yeah.
Jim's kind of inspired you to get a bunch, and
Yeah, it was mainly just X-Men stuff, some Aquaman, and some New 52 is what got me to DC. So I've been kind of doing that and some Blackest Night and stuff. So
yeah, and stock trade is zapping some of my money.
that's saving me an ass ton of money, dude. That site's great.
yeah, I'll give a plug to them.
awesome.
In Stock Trades, really good site. And I had not heard of them before I started watching Jim, and yeah,
Great
just
site.
really good deals. Really good deals. If you're out there right now and you are new to comic books and you're like me and you don't have a store to go to, definitely check them out. They constantly have really good deals, and I don't know. I'm really impressed.
yeah,
And
you
they
can find some older
package
books
stuff
that
Oh.
really well.
Also, just got this, but this wasn't from In Stock Trade. So
Hold it back up again. Let me.
Yeah,
Oh, Court of the Dead.
yeah, their graphic novel. I
Nice.
just got this one. I can't wait to check it out.
Do you have
Nice.
to order those through Sideshow?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
they good?
The last one I got was really good. This one I haven't read yet, but it has Exreal in it, and that's one of the characters I really hope they make a statue of. So I'm kind of anxious to read it.
So, does Sideshow artists do the actual art in the books, or not?
That's a good question.
Ivan Koritarev. I don't know if that's a Sideshow guy or not,
It doesn't ring a bell to me.
but
But it
you
could be.
Tom did the story, and Jacob Murray helped write it, and then Ivan Koritarev is the illustrator.
I got to say, when I first heard about Court of the Dead, I kind of thought, it's Sideshow's wanting to do their own thing. They're kind of wanting to get away from some of the licensed pieces, and I didn't really know how it would go. I didn't know if it'd pick up, but I have to say it's really become a kind of a really cool thing. I know it's a niche thing that not everybody loves, but Rodney, you have a couple pieces, don't you?
Yeah, I only have two now, but I have two more on order. I have Kier and Galavar. Actually, that's wrong. I have three on order because I have Malavestro, Kier, and Galavar that I'm getting. And I've been getting into the stories, and they're interesting.
Did you see all the games they released this week? All the the
Yeah,
role playing games or the
yeah. I may get the game. I don't know, but yeah, the stories are interesting, and I feel like because it's theirs and they don't have to deal with the licensed drama, they're free to just be as creative as they want, and it shows. Like I think their court pieces are some of their best stuff.
yeah, that
Yeah,
Malavestro piece is awesome.
Yeah, it's really well done. I don't know. That just popped into my brain. Sorry, when you said that, Lawrence. Did you order the Orko?
I did not. It's one of those things where again space is really an issue, and Orko just didn't make the cut.
No, did you guys see him all together with the He-Man and Skeletor? I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, he looks really good. A lot of people have got him, been pretty happy with him.
Good. And that's Tweeterheads, right?
Yeah.
It's in collaboration with Tweeterhead, yeah. So
Yeah. That's cool. That's a neat piece. I like
yeah,
that one.
for sure.
A lot of good stuff coming out.
Yes, indeed. A
Sure.
lot of stuff to take our money.
Yeah.
That's for sure. With the holidays coming up, this will probably be our last Rogues Gallery for this year, and then we'll probably come back. There's a chance we might do the week after Christmas, but if not, we'll catch you early in 2019. I'm really excited. because I'm going to have some special guests again. I know Brian Tan's going to come on the channel. I'm really excited about that. And I also have a couple of sculptors and artists lined up as well that are going to be on this first couple shows. So I hope you all join us for that. Again, everybody that's in the chat tonight, I really appreciate you guys chatting back and forth. That really means a lot to me. And of course, as always, thank you guys, the panel that's in here tonight, the gallery. I can't thank you guys enough for being on the show tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So again, if I don't see you, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.
So
Good night.
See you.
See you guys.
Bye.
Later.